Let there be bite.
Let there be bite.
Let there be bite.
Let there be bite.
So one of the things I try to do on Let There Be Bite is to post recipes that are delicious, but also relatively easy. So even an amateur cook can tackle them. You know, we've all had our cooking disasters in the past, even me. I once at Christmas started a grease fire, melted my kitchen cabinets. It was not pretty, but if I can do this, you can do this. And you know, this is something I say a lot. If you start with the best ingredients, your meal is pretty much halfway done for you. All you gotta do is figure out how to put it together. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is take the pine nuts, which is a third cup of pine nuts, and then 1 clove of garlic, which is just coarsely chopped. I'm putting it into my food processor, which I love to use, mostly for pesto, I gotta say. Okay, so you're just making that into a really simple paste, just to kind of combine it, get it chunky. So the next step is the basil. Now, it's really important to have fresh basil here. You don't want to have any dark, discolored leaves, because this is the star player. You really want to let this ingredient come out and shine. And just give it another wipe down so you're really getting that paste out of the corners. Another little mix. So we've got the pine nuts, the garlic, and the fresh basil in there. Next up is the olive oil. Now here's where I'm going to get a little tough with you too. You got to use a decent extra virgin olive oil here. Now this one is not expensive at all. It's Pacific Sun from Northern California. Really great stuff. It's only $12. You know, in fact, they just did a study of the major supermarket brands, and most of them failed the extra virgin test. Okay, so we're going to put it in a little bit at a time while the machine is running so that it really emulsifies and thickens well. You want to kind of go a little bit slow here. Okay, next up is another important ingredient. It's Parmesan, or Parmigiano Reggiano, as they say in Italy. And that means this, not this. Every time you use this, an Italian literally falls over and dies. Probably while making the sign of the cross. And none of that pre-grated stuff. Grate your cheese. Get a little workout before that meal. Okay, so next up, we need to season it with some salt and pepper. Now this is some stuff I love. It's Sicilian sea salt. It's great. You don't need much of it. And also, you don't want to season too much with salt in the beginning. You can always add more. So next, freshly cracked pepper. None of that pre-ground, sandy stuff that has no flavor. We're going for full flavor, right? Really good taste. Mix it up. Okay, and here's where you're going to have to taste it and make the executive decision as chef. Okay, the pesto is ready. Now it's time to add it to our pasta. And the pasta I love using is this pasta faella, and it's from southern Italy. And what I really love about it is it's got this really unique texture and flavor to it that I haven't tasted in a lot of other pastas. I mean, you could literally put it with butter and Parmesan and have a meal. Now, if you're looking for pasta in your own store, you should be looking for 2 things on the label. The first one is that it's dried at slow temperatures, and the other thing is that it's made using bronze dyes, which gives it a really nice coarse texture, and the sauce could cling well to it. It is ready. Okay, we're going to dump it out, but we're going to leave a little bit of pasta water because you get that nice salty pasta taste to mix with the pesto as well. Roll this up, throw it back in. We're going to get the pesto mixed in there. Oh, smells so good. Okay, now don't tell Italians, but I like to add a little fresh tomato at the end. It gives it a little kick. Okay, lunch is served. Gotta get a few of those tomatoes right on top.
Let there be bite.